because anybody that would dedicate 5 a.m. workouts and let me torture them before Dr. Bizness used to say even God wasn't up yet. He said, you know you on your own out there in them streets. Oh, nobody in heaven up at 5 a.m.
That's right.
Working out? Like jumping up and down? Burpees at 5 a.m.?
Angels don't do it.
So I definitely can relate to that.
I'm stretching at 5 a.m.
Okay.
Turning back over.
Okay.
I'm glad you clarified. Like, I'm stretching. Round 2.
Like, you start your workouts at 4.
I do.
Definitely. But you're probably military, so you know. But you were Air Force.
Right.
They
Air
called
Force
y'all
people.
Chair Force.
Ooh. Shade.
Did they not? Did they not call it the Chair Force?
That is true.
See,
that
I
is
wasn't
very
knowing
true.
shit. I
That
didn't.
is
It was not me.
Right. So why am I getting up at 4 a.m. to cheer? Right? Cheerlead. Like, no.
Got up, dust her chair
It's
off.
very
Right back.
serene in the morning when you run. So I like to run. So that's why I like to run when there's not a lot of cars whizzing through the road or a whole bunch of people outside.
See, you can do
Just
that.
kidnappers.
But as a black man, running at 4 o'clock in the morning, you may want to.
You want to stay on the treadmill.
Exactly.
You're on a treadmill. Hood
Yes.
down.
Yes. Really? You got to be cognizant of these things. Yes. You be running at 4 o'clock in the morning.
We
Black
look
man?
like we're working
No.
out. He looks like he's getting away from something.
Yeah. Sir, where are you running from?
And don't be running with no shirt on, because if you ain't got no shirt on either, he got busted. Had to climb out the window.
Right.
Be like, yes,
be
we
where you running
sort
to.
of got a description that could have sort of met your description.
Right.
So we're going to have to detain you for 72 hours type thing.
While we
Without
investigate.
probable cause type thing. And then you end up losing your job in the process because the boss man expecting you in, and now you unemployed, and now you got to go on drugs and be on the corner and sell crack in order to take care of your babies. And then you get caught with a case, and now you get run off to prison.
And please
It's
understand,
all a
Dr.
cycle.
Business
It's
does
all a
not
cycle.
run. That's what the moral of that story is.
Exactly.
He does not go running. If he's sitting here today, he doesn't run. He's not a runner.
Don't start none, won't be none. Run at 4 o'clock in the morning, wind up in the penitentiary.
Wow.
Okay.
To all of you that are
Positive experience.
For all of you that are in health and wellness, please chew the meat and spit out the bone. Do not stop your morning regimen and routine. You are doing great with your resolutions. You're in a 16-week program. You're on the week 15. Don't stop, because this man said you was going to the penitentiary.
Just put on a military uniform and you'll be all right. You expected to run at that time.
Look, don't wear an orange jumpsuit if you're running. Don't wear black and white stripes if you're running. Don't run in scrubs. Like, your running attire,
Choose your attire.
needs to be Nike. It need to have a swoosh on it.
Exactly.
Like,
Under Armour something.
Right.
Exerta something.
And
I like it. Exerta
Yes.
something.
And get one of them little cam things, you know, like you
The body
body cam type thing.
Wow.
Run with that just
We
in
went-
case. Yeah, you need to.
Because we can't just work out.
No,
more.
not no
We can't
more.
just work out no more.
In
Just,
some neighborhoods.
Go for a few miles and just.
Sir.
Miss
Not in
O,
some neighborhoods.
Do you see how left he went?
all the way.
Where we was just
That
talking
wasn't
about
left. That was
getting
just
up and
educational.
rising.
It was
Talking about
educational.
rising.
Yeah, that's how we profit and grow.
Bless us.
Yeah.
What are we getting when we rise with you?
You are getting a motivational moment. If you've had a rough week and you need to get ready for Monday morning, I want to give you something on Sunday evenings at 8 o'clock to let you have something to be in your sleep. So when you get up on Monday, you know that things are going to be a lot better than they were from that previous week.
Absolutely.
Now, it depends upon what the person went through in the previous week.
Here you go.
No, I'm just saying.
Here you go.
Because some people could go through things that a motivational speech won't get you out of.
Like running at 4 a.m. again.
Incarcerated.
I went for a fitness exercise the next night. Now I got regular daily exercise for 15 minutes in the yard.
But my motivation could let you know that after you've gotten out of prison and you're trying to get your life together, that things can be better.
Okay.
Even if you think they've gone left, if you think that you're going to be homeless and nobody cares, I'm going to give you something to think about, just to go to sleep,
So
just to think about.
I have to sell my body again in order to pay the rent. And
How'd that work out for you?
No,
I don't.
that would be a not.
Okay. Thank you so very much.
Do not even think about
that's
that.
That's encouraging for me.
And if he says again, clearly he didn't get paid enough the first time. Like, I had to do a whole lot, and I still came up short. So.
Or I got paid too much, and when I went to go make the deposit, because it was over $10,000 in cash, it sort of raised a red flag, and then they had to investigate.
So the way his bank account worked, he got a check-ins and a savings, and it take 3 days to transfer from the savings to check-ins, and he got to wipe his credit card on his jeans.
However, if you do it the right way, you'd have several accounts, and you would put the money in
Cash app. Cash app.
There is a way.
Miss
out of nowhere.
Miss O said, break it down. Don't put all your money in one account.
That's right.
$9,999.
There you go. And $1.
That's right. But you invest.
Under the radar. Under the radar.
Right. You invest. You do things.
Okay.
Invest in what?
You can invest in stocks and bonds. You'd be surprised. I know a young lady that actually was a stripper who filed her taxes, and she used the money wisely. She invested it in different things. She donated to different organizations. So there's a way to get around it.
So there's hope for me yet.
There is. There is. And then you won't have to go to the penitentiary.
Dr. Love. Come on, Dr. Love.
They call him Caramel Rain. Come on, Caramel Rain.
Caramel
With
Rain.
your sticky
Caramel
Rain. Hey.
Caramel rain, caramel rain.
Woo! That's
Sing
gonna
it,
come
sing
out
it,
till, huh? Gotta be a little right now. Gotta have a little water coming Gotta come out a little wet now.
Want to see you in the caramel rain. I never meant to hurt nobody.
No.
She said no.
Turn the cameras off first. Nah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. Okay, thank you, Miss. That was motivating. I promise.
Make me want to get up and go to work.
I'm gonna think about that on more than just one. I'm gonna think of that on more than just one Monday. I was gonna.
Right.
Definitely. And now that song is like an earworm because
Right,
I am
now you're
living.
singing, now you're
Caramel rain.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Caramel rain. Caramel rain.
See my chest
Let's
bump.
say it again.
Look at it. Look at it.
Caramel rain, caramel rain.
I'm saying, real life, we are church.
There is a God somewhere.
Oh my God.
Help it.
I know.
Sir, please.
Please don't do that.
Okay.
She said, please don't do
I
that.
appreciate
There's
that.
another way.
I appreciate that because there's always options.
Yes, there
Always.
are.
And oftentimes when people run up against a roadblock, they think that there's only one way out. But sometimes you can go to the left, sometimes you can go to the right, sometimes you can dig up underneath, sometimes you can go over top, sometimes you just need to go through.
That's right.
But there's opportunities and options that are always available to somebody, especially if they have a life coach or somebody that they can talk to or a mentor,
Yes.
a motivational speaker. Sometimes we're so... What's it saying? So in the forest, you can't see the forest for the trees.
Yeah, you can't see the forest.
Oftentimes people are deep dive in their own mess, in their own pity party, in their own situations and circumstances, that they don't have the opportunity to take a step back to actually see the bigger picture. Because when you can look from a different perspective, it now makes those options available to you. And I think we need to do that more and more.
And I've noticed that a lot of people that don't feel they have any kind of hope at all, they usually take the easiest route instead of stepping back and saying, what do I need to do? What else can I use? What other gifting do I have that can be used for me to do better? Who's out there that can help me?
Right.
Because I also work with women who've been incarcerated. So they're not going to be strippers and, you know, doing the things that got them in trouble in the first place. One started her own cleaning business. That was easy. A lot of people don't have to automatically go to the barber shop, go that route, or go to do hair. There's other things they can do.
Right.
There's actually peer support specialist certifications that there are grants that would help them to go to school to be able to counsel other people who've made the same mistakes that they have. And it's just about options.
So you can be a murderer and then get out, get some re-education, and go back and help other murderers.
You can.
That's a wonderful thing.
Because you can always bring somebody up. You can always have a hand up. Always.
So it's really about using your pain, turning it into a passion in order to help somebody else.
Into a purpose.
Yeah.
Use your pain and turning it into a purpose. So
To be able to make a positive change in somebody else's life.
So if you were a murderer, your chances of being a butcher and having your own meat shop,
That's true.
you know what to do.
That's right. You know how to chop it up.
Yeah.
Skin it, fillet it.
Absolutely.
All that stuff.
Y'all just went left.
darling.
The bone collector. The bone collector.
Where did that go?
All right. The bone, just like the bone collector.
Giving
Yeah.
them hope.
That's right.
That's why you meet them in the morning. I just work out with them. I don't
Well,
talk to them.
they're going to listen to me on Sunday before they go to bed. So when they wake up in the morning, it'll still be in their head. They'll dream about it, and they'll say, when I wake up today, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do something that makes a difference in someone else's life. Instead of just being sorrowful and angry and resentful because you feel like the world is against you all the time. And that's what I want to do. That's what I do with the ladies I work with. You know, don't always be angry at everybody else. Let's start from now. You made a mistake. You went to prison for 20 years. Let's go now and see what you can do.
Right. And people don't realize that for me, whatever, if I see something, like before I go to bed, I'm probably doing like a crossword puzzle, something very subtle, very minor. And it's the little, not Tetris, because it's no colors, it's just little wood pieces, and I'm just like assembling them. Because I am
the wood puzzle.
high strung all day, so I need to wind down. And all it takes is one wacky commercial or one stupid episode, and I relive that whole thing in my dreams. And my mom used to call them collard green dreams, because I would wake up like, oh my gosh, Mom, so I was at the carnival and my stuffed animal came to life, but really I was playing in my room when I should have been asleep, and I kept thinking she was coming, so I kept running, jumping into bed. But I realized at an early age, even with music, I love music, and I used to, back in the 80s, would go to sleep to my Janet Jackson, and I would wake up, like, wow, I'm in control, right? And I like it. That's fine, but I'm getting ready to go to school. You better sit down and learn something. So literally now I'm to the place where sometimes I'll put on, especially if my spirit has been vexed, real low key, I'll let a ministering sermon just play.
Right.
I can't even hear it, but at least while I'm asleep, it's
Subliminal.
resetting my atmosphere so that I wake up with a peace that I didn't have, when I went to sleep. But I think that's for children that are hyperactive and ADHD and, given all of those other things, taking out the stimuli before they go to bed helps them. The stimuli in their food and what they see in their activities and what they do. Still give them the freedoms, but give them a block of time to bounce off the walls, but then start tapering and narrowing back in order to help retrain, that comedic breakdown in their psyche that thinks they have to always go bananas.
Right, right.
So who do you go to bed with?
Well,
She goes to bed with the preacher man and the sermon that's happening in the background that resets and recalibrates her brain. What's your story?
Who do I go to bed with?
turn out the lights and light a candle.
I'm feeling ready. I normally go to bed, to be honest with you, with a couple of people. And it normally ends with dun dun. So it's normally Olivia.
CSI.
Law and Order, SVU.
Law and Order, that's what it is.
I see somebody, the captain. But it's not good because you're absolutely right. What you go to sleep to. So sometimes I get up and I run to the bathroom and I double check the door because the episode before
has
now
that's right.
into my consciousness.
That's
the
right.
episode before someone seeped and I checked the window. It's bad.
Yes.
It's bad.
You gonna go to bed to Andy Griffith from now on. You gotta sleep to Mayberry.
5 minutes into it, you sleep.
But when I think about it, yes, and I constantly keep it on USA anyway. Like my television doesn't really. I like to figure out things and investigate, so that's why I like shows like Law and Order or Criminal Minds, stuff that I can figure out. But it's not healthy when you try.
Not before you go to bed.
I know that's right.
Make it plain before you
It's
go to
already
sleep.
on.
Turn it on to a magic show where he's doing magic tricks. So you're still trying to figure out how he's doing a magic trick, but at least it's not seeping in.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. You ain't gotta check your window.
Right?
Now you're looking at your pillow slip for a rabbit.
Right?
A rabbit out the pillow
It's in your consciousness. I just be thinking.
Any cards up my pajama
checking
sleeves?
this out. The episode has played, but I used to fall asleep to HGTV. And then I would wake up with
Exhausted because you gotta clean up.
Building houses.
You gotta move the furniture around.
No, I would wake up and be like, ooh, I want to move this around. Like, it was a different, I'd see, and then that, like, colors would start to, I could see them, like, let me do my house this way, or let me do the living room this way. So, I know what to do. I just
Don't do it.
I
You
just don't do
right.
it. USA is just where I be at.
Right. Krista, what do you fall asleep to? You got 6 kids. Do you get to sleep?
Right. I don't get enough
That's where
sleep at
Benadryl
all.
comes in. Every 4 hours. Yep.
I tell you guys, I'm kind of like you. I'm so wound up, because I work and then I come home to go to work with the children, and I'm so wound up. Sometimes I have trouble. Normally, I just fall asleep at the drop of a hat, but lately, as I've been wound up, so I just have to I actually say, thank you, God, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Holy Spirit. I have to play that, and then I'll say, hallelujah, God, hallelujah, Jesus, hallelujah, Holy Spirit.
You're
I
speaking
say
in
that,
tongues.
not that I know of. I would
Okay.
love to, though, by the way.
Oh, okay.
If that's one of my gifts from God. But
We can.
We have a Terrier service.
That's right.
so I do that over and over and over and over and over because I have no other way out. Feels like I'm just up and I'm replaying everything that happened in my mind all day, and I can't
Turn it off.
Yes, and then I have to be up like 3:15 a.m. So to go to work.
That's even before I go to the gym.
I was gonna say I'm in bed at 4 a.m.
wrong
I'm
with
trying
that?
to go to bed at 11 p.m. It's just
At
ridiculous.
least
So
I
don't
got
get
a
enough
night
sleep.
watchman up with me when I work out.
So you too would be praying, thank you, God, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Holy Spirit, just to get that relaxed. And then eventually I'll find
You'll fall asleep?
Yeah, that is 3 a.m. the next morning.
It's called melatonin.
Oh, I must have gone to sleep.
Get you some
Eat
melatonin.
you a
That
turkey.
is a good
Eat you a turkey leg. Turkey got melatonin and make you fall
Really?
asleep. You can go to bed with a turkey leg in your mouth. Sleep straight through the night.
I may try that. Look,
Go right back to sleep with
turkey
it.
legs.
Hungry in the middle of the night. Family, don't go anywhere. We're going to come back. You're tuned in to the Profit and Growth Hour here on WDRB Media.
The
voice
voice
of
of
the
the
community.
3:15.
Yeah,
I don't
literally.
even have to use the bathroom.
Oh my gosh, it's
So
so
3:15. Does
My
your body
eyes.
just like pop up?
No,
even if
yeah,